All right, welcome back, everybody, to our playthrough. We're about to start Season 3, 2026 for the Hawaii Jazz, improved by one game last year. I went ahead and advanced one tick just so we can get to the next season because we wanted to try to look at a couple of things here. I want to look at the year in review, and I want to look at performance. Right, so our record improved. We were ninth in the conference, and our performance was a slight bit better, but our profitability really sucked. Roster was about the same. Franchise value was about the same. It's funny because the franchise value went way up, but everybody's went way up. So we're still kind of in that same ranking that we were in the last season. But so our overall score went from 28 to 14, all based on that profit and loss. So if we look at financial info for the teams. Profit, let's see, 25. See, this still has 2024 profit and loss. I don't know why. It hasn't updated. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that was weird. All right, so we lost $35 million. Our revenue was $235. Our expenses were $270. Basically, our ticket sales were the same. We paid more in player salary, and we kind of needed to do that. But we gave a lot of bonuses, and I tend to do that, and really when you're signing free agents, you get caught up in that. So that's why our profitability was way down, because I signed a good chunk of free agents, gave them some bonuses, and so that knocked our profitability down. The other thing is because we did that, our roster now, we have $580,000 in cap room, and we've got some higher price players. Justin Jefferson, I guess I knew this, but I wasn't thinking about it. He is one of the highest paid receivers in the league, as he should be, but that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money to be paying this guy. We got Harrison Phillips, who we re-signed last year. We took a chance to go ahead and bolster our defensive line there. Again, I mean, I don't know how much it shows up in the stats, what kind of effect he had, but our defense really was not great. So we still got him on 2 years. We got $10 million worth of bonus still tied up in him, but we're gonna rethink whether he's really worth it to have on the roster or not. You got Jonathan Greenard, who didn't even start last year, making $22 million, so he's probably an easy cut. I doubt we're gonna get a trade for him. But again, being that he's got 2 years left on his deal, that just means dead cap space, which nobody likes. But so we got our work cut out for us this season. Let's see what we can do. All right. So we're gonna go to the off season here. We go to the stadium plan deadline. The other thing that's funny is that again, I mean, our fan base, our franchise value, our population is 167,000. Our brand, because you got some of these that do have low population, but they have areas around them. We're in Hawaii. We don't have anything around us, and yet I think the game realizes that, and it's giving us kind of a baseline of a fan base. And even though we've only got 167,000 fan base, I think it's not reflecting that. So that may be something to look at in the future. We probably can't relocate now, but it might be something to look at doing in the future. So we'll see how that plays out. And I know that's like my favorite phrase. I hate it when I get a catchphrase and I just stick to it. So I'll try not to say we'll see how it plays out as much as I can. So we'll see how that plays out. All right. Stadium plan. So our to-do list is to see if we want to submit a stadium plan. I don't think we do because, again, our support for it is decent compared to a lot, but still not great. So I don't think we're going to get that done. I honestly, in this version, I don't know how you request to relocate, but that's not something we're going to do just yet. We're going to see if we can make this team profitable in Hawaii, and if we can't, and we keep losing money, and our rating is low, and I'm in danger of getting fired, then we might need to reevaluate where we are. But I don't think we're going to. If we take a loss, we can't really turn around and say, "Hey, we need to improve our stadium." So let's let that lie for now. So we're gonna move on from that, and so now we have our tickets. All right. So our ticketing plan. Our tickets are about mid range, but I feel like. What are they recommending? All right, so we got 107, 138, 183, 228. They're not recommending any kind of changes. I think we're going to see if we can bump that up a little bit and see if that might help our profitability some. I don't think if we bump it up a little bit that it's, in the grand scheme of things, we're going to be losing fans, but we'll see if this works out. So there we go. Ticket plan chosen. Now we go to staff retention period. And okay. We're going to run it back with this core group just to see. I mean, we'll give Juan Spencer another year to figure out that defense. Hopefully, if we get him some better playmakers, we'll be able to do a better job. Now, Hinkst, I would like to re-sign him. Unfortunately, I didn't think about it, and I let him go. I didn't renew his contract, so I think we're going to have to hopefully be able to get him back, because I think he's probably the best guy out there. All right, so we're going to stick with the head coach that we have. Although, I mean, we probably running it back because our dilemma last year was we were looking at Bisaccia was an assistant coordinator, and we didn't want to do that, but then we ended up hiring an assistant coordinator as head coach anyway. So maybe we should have gone with Bisaccia. But, I mean, our offense hummed other than throwing too many interceptions. So it might not be a big deal. So we're not going to worry about hiring a new head coach. We're not going to worry about hiring a new offensive coordinator. We're not going to worry about hiring a new defensive coordinator. And we're not going to worry about hiring a new assistant coach. However, we need a trainer. So here's our guy, Hinkst, who is by far the best at strength. Conditioning is average. And intelligence is good. I like the strength. So I think, I mean, if you look at the kind of the combination, I don't know how much intelligence plays into how good a coach is, especially a strength coach. But if you look at kind of the combination here, you're looking at, 150. You got 150 there for Babcock, and everybody else is well below that in combination. So I think we're good here with Hinkst being our best option, and that we can maximize our strength training. So we're going to hire Hinkst yet again. All right, so there we go. We have our coaching staff, and so we're going to go to where the draft class has been revealed. So let's take a look. First of all, where are we drafting? We're drafting 14th now because we were middle of the pack. I don't think mocks are up yet. They're not, so we don't know what it's going to say we're going to do. But I think we decided one of the things we'd really like to do is get some more defensive playmakers, try to create more turnovers. So I seriously doubt Hawks will still be there, but how nice would this be, huh? How nice would this be? He's a beast, and so it would be very nice to try to pick him up. Let's see, Lincoln Mays, also not a bad idea. And Tyus Batamosi, also not a bad idea. So maybe with our first pick, we're going to be able to get one of these cornerbacks and get a stud who might be able to turn a game or two around for us. All right, so that could happen. Okay. So we're gonna go to franchise player deadline. These are the guys we have available to us as franchise players. None of them are worthy of being signed to that tag. So we're going to skip that, and we're going to go to free agency. All right, so now here is where we've got to examine our roster because, again, we are at 580. Oh, the other thing, just to update, we got Bobby Wagner retired, which we only signed him for 1 year, so we kind of expected that. But none of our other players retired. So the year before, we had Harrison Smith retire. We probably had one or two others, and that's kind of how we had some cap space. This year, no such luck. Our folks are definitely costing us a lot of money. So let's see where we can change that. All right. So I seriously doubt we're going to be able to trade any of these guys that have those high contracts. So probably not worth trying to do that. We can just take a look. I suppose it won't hurt. So let's see if Greener generates any interest. No, he sure doesn't. Let's see, who else? We want to retain Bynum. Who else is expendable? Okay. Well, we're looking at upgrading at cornerback. So possibly one of these lesser cornerbacks. Bernal was our, 6th rounder last year? 7th rounder last year. Okay. So he's got a little bit of interest. We might be able to turn him around for a pick or two. So let's take a look at Charlotte and what they're offering for Bernal. Opponent has interest but can't offer enough right now. Okay, so they need to make cut downs. All right, so let's not worry about this just yet because nobody has any cap space. So we need to take care of our in-house contracts. So we could do some massive restructuring, because you have that option to come in here, and this is something new this year. Is this set up cap out? And if we set up cap out, then we give them another bonus, and we push some of that salary back and give us some relief this year. We're gonna. That would give us $17 million. It's gonna add on the back end. We'll see if that's absolutely necessary. Let's see what we can do otherwise. I really don't think that Greenard is going to garner any trade interest. Unfortunately, he has a 2-year contract, so we're going to take some cap hit. But if we release him, we get $19 million this year, and that's going to take us out of purgatory and give us a little bit of leeway. because Greener did not start last year. He's worth taking that hit. We're taking the hit. So now we're up above 19 mil, and that's a good starting spot. All right, so let's see who we can re-sign, restructure, and maybe lower their cap hit just by getting them back on the roster. So we got our guys who have 1 year left on their contract. There's a couple of them here, Van Ginkel and Cashman, that maybe we can create a little bit of space. So let's see. Van Ginkel has had a couple of good seasons for us. I feel good about that. But if we re-sign him, he is going to actually end up costing us more this season than less. Don't want that. What we're looking for is less of a cap hit. Cashman really won't save us much money. What it will do is lock him up for another season. So let's see his stats here. I mean, he's a good solid inside linebacker, plugger, makes a decent amount of tackles. He's not a pass rusher, but I think that he's a good guy to retain. He's a 68. I don't see him going down that much more, so it's not going to give us much relief, but at least we're going to get him for another season. All right, so continuing down the line, we got Jordan Addison. He's our fourth receiver now. I don't know that retaining him is really a good idea. Now, I don't know that I want to release him. He's still going to give us, we're going to lose that $1.7 million bonus. So we'll hang on to looking at Addison for now. Let's see, what else do we have that we could maybe do? Yeah, a lot of these guys probably, these guys that, Abrams and Edmonds, that we signed for 1 year deals, that didn't play a whole lot. I'm sure they're going to want more. Let's just take a look at Edmonds, for instance. Yeah, he's going to want more. I don't think we want to do that for these guys at 9 and 8 seasons and in the low 40s. So Elijah Moore, he was our second leading receiver. I guarantee you, if we look to sign him further out, he's going to want more money. So we don't want to do that. All right. So we didn't really. I don't know. I don't think that any of these guys are really like we need to extend them. I mean, we've got a couple of offensive linemen here. Brando was out all last season. Wasn't he the guy that was hurt? I think he was. No, he wasn't. He played. And he's okay. But he is, 4.1. He's going to want 6.7. So we're not going to extend him. Quisenberry is $4 million. He wants $7 million. I'm not going to extend him. Again, it just has to do with the fact that we are up against it in the cap. And so some of these guys we're probably going to have to let walk or look to potentially turn around in a trade and maybe get some draft capital value out of it. All right, let's go back to contracts and see again what we've got here. All right. Ending. So again, Van Ginkel was going to want more. What was his demand though? Yeah, 13 mil as opposed to the 11 mil that we have him for. So we're not really going to be doing ourselves any favors by re-signing any of these 1 year guys. Unfortunately, would be cool if we could, but it doesn't look like we will. I'm sure R.J. Rourke, who is a 3-year vet, and his overall rating is growing. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really a reasonable contract for, probably a backup defensive end, but it's not something we can do right now because we got other folks to sign. Because that's the problem, right? So if we look at our value and we look at when these contracts end, we've got some decent, not great, but decent folks that could probably stand to be added back to the roster. So like Furman, what does he want? Yeah, see, I mean, he was a free agent rookie last year, and to sign on, he wants a multi-year deal. It's not a horrible deal, but it's also not something we have a ton of money for. So our punter, he got 46.9 yards per punt. Not bad. What does he want? See, he wants a multi-year deal as a punter as well. I always feel like my punter and my kicker. I just have always, for the most part, historically rotated rookies because I don't like to pay that much money for them. It might cost me a game or two. Probably has. I mean, in that first season, if you remember, if you watched, our kicker got hurt. I didn't sign another kicker, and we had 3 games where our punter went like 1 for 6 in field goals. So we don't want that to happen again. But I don't see where we're going to be making a whole lot of extra cap space here. So I think we're going to go ahead and take this cap out for Jefferson, just so we can buy ourselves another 16 or so million bucks to sign people this year. So that gives us 36 mil. It's not great, and we probably won't be able to make a splash in free agency. But at the very least, it buys us a little bit of space. One thing we're going to have to consider in a couple years is JJ. JJ is going to be demanding a crap ton of money. And so, our window to win cheap with a first contract quarterback is only 2 more years. I don't know that we're going to do that. I don't know. But let's see. Yeah, we don't really have a whole lot falling off next year either. So we kind of put ourselves in a little bit of cap strap hell, re-signing Harrison and, signing maybe, Jacoby Myers. Myers, here's the deal. I might look to dump him. What's his contract? I gave him a big bonus, but I feel like he, was fine, but not great. And I don't feel like for a 50 receiver paying, $14-15 million is worth it. I doubt that we could trade him. I doubt we could, but we might want to try. All right, so we don't really have any of these free agents that I feel like we need to go hard after, right? So, Evans, Del Rio picked off 2 passes last year. I'm sure that all of these guys are going to want $2 to $3 million, and we got to retain as much as we can. And so we might need to reset with some rookies and hope that some of our guys that we're waiting to improve do improve. So, yeah, we're going to be losing a lot of cornerbacks and then a bunch of backup guys. So Bradbury's going to fall off. That was actually a big contract that ended. Oliver fell off. That was a big contract that ended. So that was good. Pace, it's unfortunate because he started getting better. I don't know if it's probably not worth it to re-sign him at a 41, even though it's cheap. Let's see. Asher Holtz is a restricted free agent, probably. Or maybe he's not. Yeah, he wants $950. Did he even do anything last year? Yeah, he caught 3 passes. He is a decent special teamer, so maybe $950,000 isn't a bad deal for him. Who else? Nobody else here really that I feel like needs to stick. Mapu was a pass rush specialist that all he could do was rush the quarterback, and he got 0 sacks. He never even played, so not worried about him. Okay. yeah, we're going to roll with that. We got 37 guys on the roster. And, if you look, there's very few that are low in rating, right? I mean, Darnold is starting to fall off in his old age, but still a good, still a good guy to have on the roster because he's a mentor. Bradbury, we're losing as a mentor, so we only have 3, but that's okay. All right. So there we go. That's who we're keeping. So let's go ahead and advance one day. I wonder we can still release guys, right? Because that's the thing. Darisaw. What does Darisaw want? Yeah, he wants a full, big old contract. If I cap out, yeah, that's going to push too much on the back end. I feel like, if anything, he won't be able to be moved, but maybe we cut him. I don't know. We'll see what we got. All right. So we're going to advance, go into free agency, and see what we got here. All right. So what do we got? What's the salary cap look like for everybody? Yeah, we're way down at the bottom. Well, we don't have a lot of dead cap space. We sure do have a lot of salary, though. We have the most salary of anybody else. And we don't even have a quarterback off of his first contract. So, all right. So now let's see about trades. So who do we have that's marketable that we could maybe offload? So we talked about, was it Myers? Yeah, Myers. Let's see if anyone has any interest. No one has any interest. Okay. Darisaw. His contract's too big. No one's gonna want to trade for him. No. Anybody else? Oh, we talked about Bernal. Just because he's low cost. He's got some potential there, but we might be able to pick up a pick or two. Let's just see. So we drafted him in the 7th round. If we offer him here, he can't offer enough right now. All right, so that does anybody have any money? Probably not. All right, so that we might have to wait for trades until after free agency. All right, so I don't know that we're really going to be able to sign anybody in free agency. Let's just take a look at the top free agents. Yeah, and look, Max Crosby is there again. Sure would be cool if we could find a better defensive end. I mean, where are our deficiencies? Montez, in spite of his low rating, had a good season. We've got pieces at every position that are in the 50s, so they're at least viable starters, if not stars. We got a few studs at various positions. Cornerback and strong safety are things we really need to try to address in the draft, and I'd like to get some guys who can pick a pass off or two. But really, how much do we need in free agency? Because we're not going to be able to afford like a Trayvon Diggs, right? His contract, he doesn't want as much as I thought he would. He's a 7-year vet. He's gotten a few picks. But yeah, I think we gotta hold off on really getting too carried away here in free agency. Minka's out there. What does Minka want? Yeah, about the same. Okay. So we're going to simulate through a few days here. see if we can't find a cornerback that doesn't want a ton of money. Not on rosters, available players. All right, so Dante Jackson. As a Steeler fan, not real thrilled with Dante Jackson being there. All right, Isaiah Meyer, 2 years of experience. What is your... All right, he can pick a pass off. He's not really good at run support, but he's good man-to-man. He only wants a couple mil. He was an undrafted free agent. Oh, that's right. He's going to be a restricted free agent. That's why at 2 years in, he's not available. All right. Same with this guy. I'm assuming it's going to be the same issue. Yeah. So these guys are restricted free agents. I won't be able to get at them. I mean, again, why can't I filter to that? Right? It tells me they're available, but they're not actually available because they're restricted. All right, so really, if we got to sign somebody, we're going to sign somebody that's a little bit more of a vet, and if it's a little bit more of a vet, they're going to want extra money. So not really going to happen. Safeties, same thing. Okay, well, all right. Kobe Bryant. He's a 5-year vet, so he's probably not restricted, and he only wants $2 million. What's his deal? He hasn't started a game, so that's part of it. His endurance is okay. He's not a great pass interceptor, though. So again, looking for playmakers. So even though it's really not that bad of a deal, I don't know if that's the way we want to go. Ugh. It's really not bad, though. And we really do need safeties. All right. We're going to do one offer. That's it. All right. So we've made an offer to Bryant. When is he going to want to sign? I don't even know where he is on here. Kobe Bryant, right there. April 8th. So we got a little bit of time before he's even going to want to sign. Yeah, so I think that's really we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold out a little bit, and hope that in the draft and in the other side of free agency we can maybe make some waves. Let's just see now if trades are, if anybody has the ability to trade now. Probably not. I don't know what happens there. I think we're just going to have to wait until after free agency to see if we can't pick up a few more draft picks. So, all right. Let's see. Free agency. All right. How much does... Okay, yeah, I don't really want to re-sign him anyway because he does not make plays and he wants too much money. Okay, so he wants April 8th. Come on, baby. Come with me. All right, we got him. No one else wanted him. All right, so we picked up a safety. That gives us a decent, strong safety now that we didn't have before. Not great, average at picking passes off, so hopefully we can find some cornerbacks there in the draft that might be able to help with that. All right, do we want to do anything else in free agency? I don't think I want to mortgage my future by really going hard after anybody here. Yeah. Okay. we're going to stand pat. We did have a lot of guys under contract, so we're going to go until free agency ends. It's one of those seasons where you look at your team and go, what did you even do? That's where we are. What did we even do? Not much of anything. All right, so let's look at this now. All right, now we're at the top. Wait, no, we're not. We're in the middle for salary cap. We still have the most salary. But, I mean, we already had so many players under contract that really, and I love the fact that our dead cap space is lower than anybody else's. So let's look at that trade now. Can people make trades now? So we had Bernal, who was wanted by Charlotte. Still can't afford the offer right now. So apparently Charlotte is just not. Okay, well, New York is now highest on the list of people that want him. So let's see if New York can't offer enough right now. So I don't know that anyone is going to be able to trade. That's disappointing. Does anybody want Jacoby Myers? No, I gotta reset that. Does anybody want Jacoby Myers? No. Okay. So 5th-year extension day. Jordan Addison, we are not going to extend him, and in fact, he may end up being cut. All right. So maybe now people can make trades. What do you think? What do you think? You think now we're going to be able to do it? New York, can you do it now? No. All right. Even at draft time. I was really hoping to maybe grab an extra draft pick or two, but apparently that's not going to happen. All right. Is anybody interested in our man Turner? I seriously doubt it. Yep, no indicated interest. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to go into the draft, and that's where we'll pick it up next. Although before, hold on. Let's just see. Where's draft? Hey. Oh, there it was. It was right there. Let's just see what the mock says. Defensive end. All right, fair enough. I'd still like to get one of those cornerbacks. And you know what? The top picks, it's not really showing. It's showing like a couple of cornerbacks. So I don't know. We might end up with one. Let's find out. Next episode. Come on back.